call the meeting to order.
Nelson,
Here.
Workman,
Here.
Reed is absent.
Okay. I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the last meeting.
I'll second.
Both of us are in favor.
Yeah, that's how it was yesterday at Streets.
Was it?
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll run through the committee stuff from, the last meeting. Basically, so the 326 North Poplar, does anything change that?
We got the money. Did they come in and pay the water
They
leak?
did.
Yeah, so I'm guessing we're probably done with this.
So is it the prospective new owner or the previous owner paid it?
No, the prospective new
Okay.
owner. Mhm.
So everything's back, as far as we know, there's no liens as far as the city
It's
goes.
the city goes, yeah,
That's-
everything's
Okay.
taken care of.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
That one's sold?
Yeah, the guy that bought Norman's is buying
Oh, I
that.
did hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
And so,
Awesome.
but we also wanted our money too, so he paid that.
And that was kind
Nice.
of part of the,
That was kind
I
of
think
part of the
that's
deal.
basically how he bought the house. I think he
Yeah.
basically
So he
just
bought
took
it
care of
from the owner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good,
Mhm.
so we don't have to do all that.
We don't have to deal with all that. We
Nice.
just wanted our money.
Now, as far as the tree removal from Bond,
Yeah,
getting
we're
into that.
still have not gotten anything from him. I mean, we've taken the trees down. We're
Right.
done. I mean, there is another tree that I got a call on a few weeks ago, but it's more so inside. But I don't want to deal with it, quite honestly, because it's not blocking the sidewalks or anything.
It's inside that back fence.
It's inside that back fence
Well,
area.
nobody should be in that anyway.
It
Yeah.
should
So-
be.
Just let it lie.
Yeah,
it's not
that's
our
kind of what I
responsibility.
was kind of feeling.
Cool. And nothing new about the defibrillators.
No.
No, did you guys talk about saying that it's really not set to be set outside? Was it you? Okay, somebody said that you probably really shouldn't set those outside.
No.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, they have to be,
Exactly, you have to be inside in a climate controlled
Yeah.
area, so that's kind of hampers putting it out there.
At the concession stand.
Yeah,
thing.
concession stand, because they were wanting it for the kids when they practice JFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the coaches wouldn't have a key to that either.
Probably
If
not.
they
no.
didn't need to get in there.
Doesn't
well,
s-
but doesn't the person that runs, like Sheena Sloan, I think
She's got a
she's,
key.
she has a
Does
key
she?
to it,
Okay.
and she's the, director or whatever you wanna call it.
The
Of JFL, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She was the one that brought it up to me.
Yeah,
I thought our
so,
recruiters
I
did.
mean, but
Yeah.
is that heated in the in the winter and cool in the summer
No,
all the
we
time?
just
There's no,
mm-mm.
there's
No,
no
we just
air
kinda,
in there.
yeah,
winterize
that's
the
true.
building.
So I
that's
don't
it.
think that would
Yeah,
work
that
either.
Yeah.
No, especially not for a $2,500 piece of equipment. You
No.
don't want to take a chance of running it. I would imagine the change in temperatures would damage the
Damage
seal.
it, yeah.
Cause I know like when I was on the ambulance, we used to have to keep the back of the doors open to keep our equipment like warm in the
Warmer,
winter
yeah.
and whatever, for that reason.
Okay. 712 East Illinois is done, and
Well, we have not gotten a dollar from them yet.
so they got the paperwork
Yes, they
from
did
the attorney, and he had to redo it because he misspelled all the names. So I think when he gives them the paperwork, they'll probably
Okay.
give him the dollar, I would assume.
Probably, or Janet, yeah. Because then I will sign it once they do it, because I don't want to sign it before
Right.
they signed
I was
it.
gonna say, I've got a dollar, bring the dollar. Just to be done with it. Trick or treating, we've already taken care of that at council.
Yeah, we're also doing, Janet and Brian's gonna go up to the bond and do trick or treating there on the 31st.
Cool. We took care of the letter for the memorandum for the enterprise zone, that's all
Yes.
handled. Christian County Economic Board was handled.
Yeah, and they should, so I had my first meeting today, it was a luncheon. I just had, Jimmy John's, lasted about an hour, and they're going to send us a bill,
Okay,
so.
I was gonna say I haven't paid anything.
Yeah,
either.
no,
I haven't
they're
seen
going
anything
to. I
yet.
asked them, I was like, how does it do? They go, oh, we'll send you a bill, and actually, like, they were too concerned, so.
Okay.
But they are trying to get more members, because that's how it gets funded,
Sure.
so, yeah.
TIF agreement for Knotty Pine was taken care of,
Mm-hmm.
so we're good on that. We passed the amendment to allow for the liquor sales, so that's done. Now, we didn't do anything with the.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like we're gonna do anything with it again because Grow Assumption wants to review it.
Okay,
So I think we're just gonna have to table that
okay.
for the subdivision for now.
They'll have to figure in the new tax code thing for what.
Let's let them take one crisis at a time.
Mm.
No, but you're right.
So garbage hauler. Now, when he was here that
Yeah, I
night,
got a few things on that too.
I
for you.
asked him. Maybe you're going to cover this already, but I asked him if he like how Waste Management would notify everyone, or
Mhm.
do we have to go in and cancel our service? He said they would generate a bill probably the next day. I haven't gotten anything. I haven't. Matter of fact, they were delivering garbage cans in town yesterday.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yeah, they had a pickup truck and dropped some cans off in town when I was leaving for work. Because I was
Yeah.
like, why are you bringing more cans down?
Yeah.
But
No, he did
Well-
tell me that they would be canceling, but
I assumed they would send, because if anybody didn't see the change, didn't
Mhm.
happen to notice the meeting minutes, there's probably a fair number of people in town that don't know that we're getting a new garbage
That's-
service.
yeah.
yeah,
We need
The-
to advertise them.
You would think.
we
Put
do
it on
need to say
Facebook,
something
too.
on it.
I'd say
Yeah.
Facebook and in the paper,
And in
because
the
the
paper,
older
yeah.
people may not have Facebook and they read the paper.
Yeah.
Because they do sell quite a few papers.
Mhm.
Yeah, because she had posted it in Facebook, like
Yeah.
that night, I think it was. Now they're the next day.
And we
But-
probably should talk to Wallace too about them sending out some sort of introduction.
Did we get a contract signed yet?
No, we're already going to do that in December.
So I had a question.
Because we're gonna have to figure out some other stuff. That's why we haven't done the contract, which I'll get to that in a bit.
Well, so are you going to cover the license for commercial?
Yep,
as
I was
part
just
of
getting
your-
ready to talk about.
Okay.
Also-
I'll wait on that then.
I have a
Uh-huh.
question about waste management too for the people like me. I don't know if you all do it, but I do automatic withdrawal.
Yeah.
So
So do I.
should we? I'm gonna call them and cancel it. But
Well,
I'm
you can
still
do it
afraid.
online. I haven't done it yet, but
Yeah,
I'm
you
afraid
can-
that they're still not gonna do it because I think was it Moico that had waste management?
They did, yeah.
They got bought
They
out.
got
is their issue.
yes,
Mhm.
but their people that was on automatic pay, they continue taking it out, and you
Yeah.
had to continue calling and
Well.
calling and calling to get it to stop.
Yeah. They
So, but I don't want to get a stop payment through my bank because then that charges me.
Charges you, yeah.
see. My worry is if you cancel it too early, they may stop your garbage
that's why I haven't done
service.
it yet. But
Well,
I'm paid up until the end of the year.
so I am too, but
Then I should be too. Then if that's what,
Yeah, that was
it's
the last.
everybody.
Yeah.
then I'm calling and stopping mine.
Yeah, you can go onto your waste management account online, and it has a thing on there to
I don't
cancel
know if I've
service.
ever.
Do they send you like an email with your bill?
No, I think
I usually get an email that says
Yeah.
you've been charged for.
Mhm.
I think maybe I do, but sometimes
You
I get
just
a.
click it.
Sometimes I get mail, like in the mail,
Mine,
I used
I
to
have
get that.
that.
No,
but
no,
not every
paperless.
time.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Yeah.
get
I
it, but
switched to paperless last
I go
year,
on the app
2 years
because I
ago.
was just on there. I went on there for something. I don't know what it was.
I'll
Their
check that
app's
out.
actually they've gotten all of a sudden now they have a nice app now that we fired them.
Yeah, oh well.
Oh, well, too bad. All right, so we'll cover
Wait,
the rest of that under yours then.
Yeah, okay.
Employee handbooks.
Everybody, we've got it amended, we've got it corrected in police. We didn't make any changes in water. The only thing that we kind of talked about a change in streets was Darren had mentioned that we could take out this back part, which had to deal with excavation permit application. Says we don't really need that,
Okay.
so
So will we just put it on the agenda?
Just for the agenda to
Finalize
approve it.
All of them.
all of them, yeah, and just one. We don't need to just approve them all.
Okay. And then the other two are just Chastain and Petersburg, so we don't have to do anything for that.
Yeah.
Do we want to just go around to everybody and then go through the agenda, or?
Petersburg Plumbing, I didn't pay the $363,000. I paid him $600-some thousand because that was the previous one.
Okay.
Because we just got the check in from the state to pay that one. So this one has not been paid yet, but I'm waiting for
Okay.
the funds, and they know that. So
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sure they know that. They're probably happy to get the $600,000.
Big check.
Yeah.
Let's just go around the table, because I have a feeling everything that each of us are gonna.
Probably gotta have,
Is
yeah.
gonna be on the agenda anyway, so we might as well just do it that way. You-
All right. Now this is just something to. So we're gonna need to approve a covenant for the school. So what it is out there for the subdivision. with this putting in a lift station and putting in the line that heads to the north, we will have to go into a little bit of the land that the school owns. So the attorney is going to send us a document. What it is that we're basically telling the school that we will accept their easement. I already talked to the school superintendent, and they have their board meeting on, I think, the 13th of November. We have to agree to accept it before they can go and give it to us. So it's not going to be any change of money or anything, but we're just allowing us to go onto their school property. It makes me kind of think that maybe it's like 10 to 15 feet. That's about it. But we have to say yes in order for the school to give it to us. So that is going to be something that's going to be on the agenda.
Okay.
Then Stephen will get you how that's done.
Is it on here now, or?
No, I learned about it yesterday
Okay.
on a meeting.
That's fine.
And then also, I mean, this is on the agenda too, but we need to work on purchasing the land for the water plant. So we've already basically passed a ordinance years ago doing it. We just never cut a check because a couple of aldermen were wanting to sit and just wait and hold on to the money, essentially. Now, it's not going to up in price. It's still $20,000. However, I will tell you, I was under the impression that we had a CD because in the water fund, we only have about, what, 9,000 right now? And
9,000 in the saving and then like 8,000 in actual checking.
in extra checking. So what we can do, I honestly thought that we had a CD that was just for water. I thought we could cash that in, but we don't. So what we can do is that we can pay it out of the general, but then we pay it back. And we can make payments. But borrow, yeah.
Now, is this the land that
Over here at Mike, yeah.
Mike presides? Okay.
And
Which worked out good that he got his crops in. and out
exactly right. And
had
see,
water.
and Shatsies is like, okay, now we got to get going because we're working on getting everything done with the federal government to get the money.
Sure.
And now, and then like it needs to be shovel ready, and by having the land shows that we are shovel ready. So wanted to let you know about that, but I want to let you know on the money as well.
Do we have so we just have to vote to basically?
We'll basically vote to approve paying $20,000 to.
And then just go ahead and the attorney will start the paperwork.
Yes, we already have, like I said, the ordinance done, agreeing to buy it, and then he'll do the paperwork for it.
And then do I wait to write the check until after he does the paperwork, or write it right away to give to Mike?
Well,
How do we do
typically
that?
we've just done it like at closing, so they'll probably
Okay.
tell you like, hey, the closing's gonna be on Wednesday, just have the check done. And
Okay,
Jan, I think, has attended them before.
okay.
Yeah. Another thing, this was brought up last night at Streets, was hiring of a part-time person. Dana has been doing quite a bit of other clerical work, and so this is just mainly for the leaf vac and for snow removal. This person's going to be on call, so we agreed to go ahead and do it, and then we'll have the person start. So just wanted to let you know on that. We can put it on the agenda to hire. We just probably won't have a name
How
of
many
anybody.
hours are they looking for?
There, he didn't say. I'm going to say probably. I don't know.
I think when, what's his name
15.
did it?
When Ethan did it, was
Ethan did it, it's like some weeks was a lot because we had a lot of leaves,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
then other weeks they may have only had 5 or 10,
10
if,
hours,
if that.
exactly.
And there's some weeks that he didn't have any hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it really depends on
It just kind of depends on the situation. Like I said, we're
and the
looking at
snow and
snow and leaf removal.
How are we? Is there still a fair amount of limbs and stuff around town that need picked up?
What there is. It's not as bad as it once was. We talked about. Darren wants to kind of wait and talk about it over the winter before next spring, on coming up with rules to deal with limbs because we have too many. We have people that are basically chopping down whole trees and making us pick them up.
Oh,
And then we've also have some that are setting up a bunch of piles, and
yeah, that's not right.
so we're working on kind of coming up with some rules on it. Right now, Darren did mention he's getting a handle on everything,
But I was gonna say,
but we also had this storm too.
well, but if we hire a part-time guy to help with leaves in the times when they're not doing a ton of leaves,
Yes.
maybe he can help him kind of get that before winter kicks
He
in.
can. Uh-huh.
At least get what we've got now cleaned up,
Set up
and then in the spring we can do a different set of rules.
Yes. What'd you say about the leaf bag?
I'll leave back in the truck, so I don't think the truck would be available, right? Or the
Not for
leaves.
snow.
For the limbs.
Oh, they
that's
don't
true.
use the big. They usually use the trucks. Like Dana uses her truck when she picks
Yeah,
them up.
that's true.
And when the summer help was helping, they used whatever truck
They
they
use
were
the other
driving.
the other truck. Yeah, that's true.
They
Because
were
we got the
turning in
leaf
the back
back
of theirs.
attached.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would knock a dump truck out. You're right. Dave.
Well, or
That's-
that, or just hire them a week or two.
I don't know that
before
they
start
really
to
use the dump
leave.
truck much other than when they help Coleman
Pick all
cut
the
trees
I mean,
down.
how much would- how
Uh,
much would
I've
they
never
pick all
seen
the
them pick
limbs
up
in town?
limbs.
I've seen them a
Many.
couple of times do it, and that's
And
it.
before they
I
put
usually
the
just
leaf
see the
back-
regular trucks picking up the limbs.
Yeah.
So once we hire a person, before they put the leaf back thing on, just take a week and clean everything up and be ready for winter and be done with it.
Yeah.
And then put the leaf back thing on and then just tell people, well, hey, we're not, unless there's a big storm,
Mm-hmm.
we're done with limbs for the winter. You know, once we switch.
It's going to be easier to say than to do.
Well, no, I mean, if you you know, all the piles are cleaned
Yeah.
up around town and we're kind of back to zero, just you know, make a public post and say, hey, unless there's a big storm that takes down a lot of limbs,
Yeah.
once the leaf vac goes on, we're done with tree limbs for the year. If you want to take them out there and dump them in the burn thing, knock yourself
Yourself
out.
What are you gonna do about the old people that can't?
I mean, unless there's a storm, they shouldn't have how many limbs.
People's always cleaning up their
People's,
yards.
oh yeah, and they,
Yeah.
in the fall, that's when they do their fall cleanups. I mean, we don't put our limbs out, we take our own to the dump. So, I'm not saying for us, but
Yeah,
I'm just
but
saying
no,
there
it's-
is people that
Yeah.
do clean their yards up for the fall around that time.
So
When
there's
they're
still
out there
one
raking.
truck left to pick
Yeah,
them
we'll
up.
still have one truck.
They
Yeah.
just won't have two trucks, it'll just be a little
Yeah.
slower.
We just
right?
have, yeah.
Yeah, they'll
We
still have
still
Dana's truck, Darren's truck, and the part-time's truck.
Yeah.
So they'll still have 3 pickup trucks, it just won't be a dump truck, which I've never seen them pick up, on my end anyway.
Yeah, neither.
They've always used the
Just after
pickup
the
trucks.
storms.
Yeah.
that time.
It's usually
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that storm, I mean, that.
Well,
they were
that's
all-
different, that
Yeah,
was a big
exactly.
storm.
It was.
Okay.
Okay.
So they'll still have 3 pickup trucks then.
Yeah.
Also, we'll have paperwork to approve accepting the bid for the mortgage on the land for out there, because we voted to accept it to get it started. So we need to get the information, probably from Mike, resign on the interest rate, the payments, and everything like that. So
Oh,
we'll
you-
have
Who
that
signs
for
those
the-
loan papers? You?
Probably would be you and me, would be my guess. I don't know. I know with all of the other loan stuff that I've done, it's always been me. It's me and Mayor. So it probably would be me. I guess we'll wait and see. We've tried to reach out to Mike just to remind. I've already talked to him. He said, well, I'll have it. He might have it. You know, we'll put it on the agenda. If we know closer to the time that we won't, then we'll
Okay.
take it off a delay. But we got to have that on there.
Okay.
And the interest rate, I mean, hopefully should be pretty good because we put in there no higher than I think 5.75 in
If
the
they
agreement.
get it.
Yeah,
I think that's what he said in the meeting.
I think they said that too. That's
Yeah.
why we put it in like that.
Cause I don't think it's gone up since then.
I don't think so either.
It's higher 5% though, land purchase.
Well, yeah.
It's like
So
seven.
yeah, I locked that in pretty quick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like 7.6 or I think is what it is
7.9,
currently.
yeah.
And then they, so Janet and I had a meet and greet with on the phone, about 15 minutes with FEMA, and they are coming October 31st at 10:30 here to City Hall. They're going to bring 12 people. I know you probably can't make it. If you can, you're more than welcome to come. But anyway, it's just kind of talking about things that we want for payment, things that happened in the community. You know, where was the expenditures? You know, we're also talked about trees. They also wanted to know if like any infrastructure such as streets or any of our public buildings were damaged. Darren didn't think of any. We are looking at basically the water plant because the generator was struck by lightning. So that was why that was that delay for that long period of time. So we're gonna bring that up. But anyway, just kind of let you know that FEMA is talking to us. It appears to be going well. And we'll know more after the 31st on it. And then the commercial garbage. So GSI has a contract with Waste Management, and then also DC is interested in providing the city with roll-offs, kind of like what we use out there at the garage. So I'm fine with that. I don't think Wallace provides the roll-offs. Was kind of my understanding.
No, not the roll-offs.
Yeah.
He had dumpsters like
Yes, the regular commercial ones.
Yeah, but not
So-
roll-offs.
What I think we're gonna have to do is, because you don't want to mess up the GSI, have 2 commercial. And basically, what I'm thinking is just make the businesses decide. So if GSI wants to keep going with waste management, they can. But then if the Naughty Pine and Bricks, or whoever else wants to go with Wallace, then let it. Or they can stay with waste management, and then we'll charge, them with commercial licenses.
So I guess my question, I was actually gonna ask if we even actually need a commercial license.
Well, so Mowequa does, and I talked to Sean, and I thought they did, but Mowequa says that Sean told me that they do not, but they got to pick between either waste management or GFL.
Because I guess my question is, if you're gonna open it up to where they can negotiate with any company, and any company can come to town and just pay for the license,
Yeah,
what's a commercial license run with?
is it 500?
Is it 500 really?
Yeah, we
What
raised
is
it a
that
few
in-
years.
But what?
It just allows it, just a
So basically, it's just a fee to
fee.
come into town.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's fine, whichever way. Me personally, I think the commercial one should just be open. Let them, use whoever they want to negotiate a rate with.
As long as they have somebody and get the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, but let it do too, because I don't want it to where it's like, well, you let commercial do this, but you don't let the residents do that.
Commercial's a whole different
It
animal.
is a you're right.
I mean, I'm fine if you want to leave it in place and just say you can negotiate with any company. They just have to come. Basically, they have to pay the $500 for a commercial license.
And they don't usually pay unless I send them a letter. So
Yeah,
it's
they're not willy-nilly just come to the door and say,
Unless
here's
So
the
you
money.
wouldn't even know unless the business told you who they went with.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I think we should just keep it with the two.
Waste Management in DC.
No, Waste Management and Wallace.
Oh, I thought you just said for commercial, you're going on
Oh.
DC.
No, Wallace was for DC was.
GC was for the roll-offs.
Basically,
Out there at City Hall, at the
Oh.
street garage. Yeah.
They still do Casey's though.
See, now this opens up a can of worms because Casey's went through a broker.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. If they don't have.
They're the only ones that does it.
Yeah. But if DC.
And they don't. But Casey's in Mowequa does it. They use Waste Management.
I know.
What Sloan's use?
Waste Management, because I've seen them out there. They got their dumpsters.
I mean, that's the only. I mean, if he's gonna have.
He's not. I'm going to tell you this. DC's not going to pay $500. That's probably how much they make off of Casey's.
Yeah.
They're not going to pay it.
No. But if he has other.
So DC is just only going to have roll-offs for us.
Yes, that's
For the
kind of what we're
city
thinking.
Thing
Yes.
when we have cleanups and just
Mhm.
everyday.
Exactly.
They-
They're
they
willing
don't
to
come
do
all
that
the
for
time.
us. I guess we could also ask. I really don't want to give Waste Management since we're basically letting them go to continue to do that. I mean, the guy was supposed to come, but he sent an email. He had a conflict. So I'm happy with DC doing that, but it's just something we have to really kind of work out on the commercial. I say, just do the two. Just do.
That's what you're gonna do about the one. What you're gonna do about Casey's?
Don't tell them they're going to have to pick between the two of them.
Casey's may not have the if it's. for
See,
corporate,
supposedly,
they may not
well,
have
see, that's
choice.
just it. I was told that they went through a broker. I didn't talk. So they don't
That's
have a
what he
manager.
told us.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, that's what they told us at garbage.
Oh, okay. So I could probably
We
go out
never
there.
would have known about it if DC hadn't told us at that meeting. He's the one that
Oh,
said.
at the last finance?
No, at the council meeting.
At the council meeting.
Because-
Okay.
Because remember,
Okay.
we were talking about the commercial
I do
license.
think, yeah.
And he's
a lot
like, he
going
goes,
on.
well, you do realize that you have more than Waste Management in town doing commercial ones.
Yeah.
And we were like, no. And he's like, yeah. He said, I pick up Casey's.
I'm surprised he goes clear town just to get
See,
cases.
that's just it. I'm surprised too.
No, you wouldn't think. But
Does he do stuff in Pana though?
Nah, he might.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't remember the other location he said he had.
Pana,
Yeah.
cause doesn't he have like three trucks in Pana?
I'm sure he's got other stops heading north too. So it's
Yeah,
probably
he did say,
somewhere.
I thought he said three trucks in Pana.
well, because he said somebody takes some of his stuff up to Decatur to the dump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably.
Closer
Yeah.
to that place close here.
Well,
Do we really need to have a commercial license? Every year I fight to get them.
I guess my
But then
question.
I'm afraid. Go ahead.
If you tell Casey's that they can't have DC, but then they see DC over there picking up ours at the city, shed.
Yeah,
and they're gonna be like-
that crossed my mind as well. Yeah.
Well, you guys can, the city can use them, but we
We
can't.
can't.
What the hell's the problem, you know?
Me personally, I'm fine with just basically voting to eliminate the commercial license. You're only looking at 3 companies.
Okay, well,
I don't think you're gonna get anybody other than those 3 to come in here for commercial anyway, cause,
We don't have that much
yeah,
commercial.
as I
No,
say,
you don't.
GSI's probably never gonna leave waste management.
No.
Sloan's probably won't.
no, so.
So those are 2 big ones. So
You're
all you
right.
have is just like the other little
Yeah,
Bricks and
places.
Subway and
So you'd have
Department.
Bricks, well, you'd have Bricks, Subway, Knotty Pine, 1905. I don't-
DJs.
Yeah, DJs, and I would guess all the other little small businesses are probably done as residential. They don't
and probably
those.
have it too.
Yeah, I know the churches, well, the Methodist church is just regular.
Yeah.
container.
So they're all with
Oh,
waste
okay.
management. I would imagine they'll all switch probably to Wallace, I would think.
I can go with it. I'm
Or
fine.
we can put, you know what, why don't we just put it on the agenda as to discuss it at council and
Okay.
just let everybody decide.
Decide on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Instead of the
Like,
3 of
everyone
us.
says to hear that.
deciding,
Deciding,
say-
deciding for the other 4.
Yeah, just put it on the agenda.
Agenda for discussion.
Yeah.
I guess maybe also put discussion and action as necessary.
Yeah.
Because then if we do agree, we can also vote on it.
That's good.
Well, this may be a shock, but that's everything. Everything that I have.
I have a couple. Well, I have something. When I was checking into the CDs to find out what they were for
Yeah.
the
I had her look into it because I thought we had that water
Oh,
bill.
the water.
so I called the banks and was checking into it. We have 3 out here from Pana. One's 15,000, one's 20,000, one's 110,000. So when I was talking to Becky out there, 2 of them is getting ready to come up for renewal, November the 6th and November the 7th. And right now, the $15,000 one is a 6-month term for 0.30%, and the 20,000 one is on 3-month term for 0.150, mature on November 7th. But she says right now the rates are going up, so she can either do a 6-month rate at 4.23 or a 9-month rate at 5.25.
So,
So instead of 0.30 and 0.150, we could get a lot better rates
well, yeah.
Mhm.
if we would rather go do it that way.
So are the 3 of those CDs just general fund CDs?
General
or
fund.
are
No,
they-
the 15,000 is RHG.
So recycle, health, and
Recycle,
carbon.
yes,
Okay.
and the other 2 are general.
So there's nothing that we have to, that we necessarily we're holding for a project that we may need to
No,
hold
because we
in.
probably won't cash them
No,
out.
no, we won't.
'Cause you're gonna
My
pay a
personal
pretty big
opinion is
penalty.
say, let's go
Yeah.
ahead and do the 9-month at the 5.25%.
I would
And
agree.
because if
Mhm.
if I don't sign them and take them to her and renew them by those dates, then, they'll renew at the 0.30 and the 1.50. So I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention, because I think Janet, you'll probably need to put that on,
Yeah, it'd be on the agenda to vote on it.
to vote on that,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah,
I just don't see,
if they're not set aside for a specific project, they're just,
Yeah.
they're basically,
Collecting.
yeah.
yeah, we're just
collecting,
collecting
yeah.
money on
When
it.
I
Your
get
money
as
making
much
money.
as possible.
And I don't
Uh-huh.
think these have been renewed, I think one of them was like 2012
Oh, gee whiz.
in there, I could look at the dates, but they haven't been renewed for
Yeah.
a long time, so
Okay.
if we can get better rates, then let's,
Yeah, let's do
No,
it.
I agree.
let's renew them.
Anything else, Ed? Or anything you want to cover? or-
The only thing I have is the check for Coleman, what we wanna do on that, I mean, I know he needs
Mhm.
paid, and I'm not disagreeing that he doesn't need paid. My question was, do we pay him the full amount, even for the work that's not completed, or do we just pay him for what's completed, and when he finishes, pay him the other part?
Did you find out from Darren, like what, like how many hours or how much work?
No, he
thought
just,
that
they
had?
told me that there's like a couple of trees and a couple of stumps that's left. Darren thought maybe at least 2, at the pace that he's going, probably at least another 2 weeks, and that was it. I did talk to Coleman's, he is fine with doing 2 checks. And I feel that
Just
FEMA will be fine as well
That's fine.
on it, so if you want to do this,
So how do we wanna split it up, since
well,
we don't?
do you have, from
It
talking to
does.
Darren, it should have said like this tree
It
was
does.
done this way. Okay, so that's
No,
why.
it doesn't
Oh.
show that, but I know there's like 2 trees on Locust Street that wasn't completed, or haven't been cut down.
Cut
So
down.
I think there's only 2 trees that haven't been cut down, the
But
rest
yeah,
of them
there's
were
a cut.
stumps.
Okay,
So do we just, you know,
Give them like 80%, then 20% when it's done.
Yeah.
Or
'Cause
however
didn't-
much is
well,
completed, you
didn't-
think.
You said Darren.
I mean, none of the stumps, but maybe
Had it
2 or
all.
3's been
He
taken
seems
out.
like-
I
The
was
stumps
under
are
the
very
impression
expensive.
that he had it
So I
all
would
lined
say-
out. You know, this tree was done, this one wasn't.
I'll show
That's
you.
why I
I'll
was.
show you
That's
that.
why it
We
was
got
my
it.
understanding. But I also know. I mean, Coleman he'll do the work.
I was gonna say, I
It
mean,
might just be easier just to pay it all.
well, cause I'm thinking, you know, he could have presented a bill literally weekly, you know, to
Yeah,
the
he
city.
could
You know, a lot of contractors won't, I mean, he's been working, what, 2 months, 2
He's
and
been working a
months,
lot with
And
us.
we haven't paid a penny
We
yet.
can do, like you said, 80% now and
Yeah,
20% when it's done. It does not say, just, that's what you have.
Oh, he put on the backhoe stuff.
And then on the back side's all of the hours for Dana and him and Jack
Yeah.
and stuff that you guys are probably gonna.
Need for
And I think
FEMA.
you have a copy of all that, right? Did you keep a copy?
So it's $26,125.
So I say 80 and 20, and that way then at least he's getting the majority of it.
It's 80.
What was the total?
26,125 is what I got.
Yeah.
What, 26,000 what? I'm sorry.
125. Yeah.
Can't do
I was
it right
waiting
now.
for you to do it in your
Yeah.
head.
I don't know why I can't do it right now.
That's why
It's
it's
actually
up
comes
for
out to
Gary.
like $20,900. Just round it to 21,000.
Okay, and then-
pay
okay.
the rest. This once he gets the rest of it to us.
Okay.
Just do a nice simple round number.
And then I'll get that tonight and you can sign that.
That
meeting
sounds
sheet and then-
perfect.
Anyway,
So
I was
you
on.
have
I
to-
even rounded it to like 24.
So 21,000 and then the 5125.
When he's done, yeah. Just
That's
have him submit something showing that it's done.
Yeah, just let him know like when it's done. Yeah, such and such coming.
Yeah, because he has. I mean,
Yeah.
most contractors wouldn't go 2.5 months of work.
Well,
without
no.
some-
Which I'm surprised he hadn't had sent some of it in
That's
anyway.
exactly
I'm
right.
not sure why they waited until the.
Well, so I think there was some confusion with the time. See, October 15th was when the stuff with FEMA,
Yeah,
and I think that's why it's like, okay, go ahead and submit the bill now to get it started.
yeah.
So but
He could have submitted something.
he could have.
Yeah.
But, anyway.
Whatever works.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm fine.
Yeah. So that was my only problem with not paying him. So if anybody says
Oh,
I just didn't want to pay him, that's not the reason why. I just have questions, and for me to do my job properly,
Yeah.
I need direction from the board and the mayor.
Well, we
So-
normally don't pay invoices for unfinished work as a
Right.
city, as in general. I mean,
Right.
That's pretty much our rule of thumb, so. All right.
And that's why I questioned
I ain't
it.
got nothing.
Mhm.
I'm trying to play catch up a little bit.
You're fine.
Good.
So, I had one that I thought you
Okay.
were gonna bring up, but I'll go, the all committees meeting.
Oh yeah,
for
yeah,
November.
yeah. Actually, I was gonna. Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to talk about it, or do you
Go
want
ahead.
to?
Well,
Okay,
if
so
you may.
everybody's on board with it. I brought it up at every meeting. So how we're going to test it out is if you look in the back at the times, we'll start with like streets at 6:30, and then police at 6:45, water at 7, and then finance at 7:30.
Okay.
And basically, how it will go is that we'll have Travis call in streets, do their thing, talk about it, and then Darren can go ahead and leave. The next we'll have the police, and it's just so that everybody can kind of learn anything that needs to go. I even mentioned to Ron Legner that there may be a time if you get all your stuff presented at the committee of the whole, you don't need to come to the council meeting because there may not be nothing that comes up in the next 2 weeks. So
That's
they'll like
fine
that.
with me.
And the goal is that the the council meetings will go quicker because we would already know everything that comes up. And
You're preaching to the choir. This
yeah,
was-
no, I agree. So I really think that it will work out really
So
good.
we're doing all committee meetings in one night, and then
One
just
night.
a
and then a regular council
Yes.
meeting.
Okay,
Didn't
I
we
thought
talk
we were
about
gonna
doing
do 3 and 3.
No,
No.
no,
Yeah, I
no.
like this
We're gonna do
That's what we talked
everything.
about in the meeting.
We
Yeah, I
did
thought-
talk about that. Was
Okay, I
kind
was
of thrown
gonna say,
around
wait
at
a
one
minute,
time.
that's what
No.
We kind of decided that, well,
Uh-huh.
you and I had talked that it may be easier to do them all one night than to try to do half and half. Because I'm afraid what would happen if we do half and half, you're literally having 2 city council.
Two city
meetings.
council meetings.
I
That's too
think
much.
you would have to have the city attorney. Now our attorney costs go up.
Yes.
Oh,
You're gonna have-
gotcha.
You're gonna
That
have
makes
people
sense.
that just legally, if you have a city council meeting, they kind of have to be there. Where
Yeah.
we really don't want to have to
No,
have
we
two
don't.
full meetings.
Are we still going to do just the bills then on the one night, or can I break them up?
We can do.
I think you can. I mean, I think that'd be part of like the finance.
Yeah.
Well,
You
I didn't know
Mhm.
since you have to vote
So
on
we're
it.
gonna be making motions and.
Yeah. Yes.
You'll be making motions at this one, at the.
Oh no, not at this one.
Then
Not
I
at this
can't-
one.
Then
Well-
I can't pay the bills.
You won't be able to pay it until the December. But what the plan is that when we write the ordinance to do this
Right.
for next year, we will put in there that you can approve that motions can be made like in the finance, when it comes to the finance time.
So what we wanted to
Do
do was do warrant sheets at each meeting.
Yes.
So in effect, we'll do warrant sheets twice a month instead of once
Yes.
a month.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't, so basically, each meeting we'll be doing the warrant sheets for the next meeting roughly 2 weeks later. So that way, there's only a 2-week lag on all the bill payments instead
Yes.
of a month lag.
Yes, which is,
So-
will be nice for all of us,
Yeah, I was
actually,
gonna
won't
say,
take us as
too.
long
Yeah,
to,
well, so you'll
But-
have half as many warrant sheets to go
Yeah.
through. We won't make so like when we do the committee, the all committees or whatever we call it,
We're just committee of the whole.
the
Yeah.
only thing that we literally can actually vote on or approve or do would be the warrant sheets from the meeting before. That's pretty
Well,
much
anything
it.
that comes in.
but I
before-
I won't be able to send out those checks if you guys don't vote on them. So if
Right.
you say that, okay, we're still gonna just look through them and sign them off on the November 21st, but you don't vote on me to pay them, then I can't send them out until the December meeting. Like you're saying, that's when you're going to approve them.
Correct. So
So they're still not gonna go out until December.
well, but you're only gonna have a 2-week lag. It'll catch up. It'll take a cycle to catch back up.
Not really, because I'm only going to send them out once a month.
Well, no, so we can vote to approve the warrant sheets from the meeting before.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, let's just start with November 1st. So
Mhm.
November 1st, we would do all the warrant sheets
Right.
that we have.
Right,
Uh-huh.
And then when we have that middle meeting, whatever warrant sheets come in between,
right.
we'll go ahead and sign them and do all those. And then the first meeting in December, we would vote to pay those. And we would also sign the warrant sheets that
But
came in
that's what
that
I'm
2
saying.
weeks.
So November 21st won't be going out until December
Right,
5th,
you're always gonna
along
be
with all
one-
the other ones. So you're still not going to be 2 weeks ahead.
No, it will catch. The first time you'll have to wait 2 weeks to catch up.
Yeah, I think I have to agree. Okay. So-
But I'm not going to be able to, even though you guys signed them on November 21st, I have to wait until the December meeting to send them out.
Correct.
Okay, so then next January,
No, but there's one in between.
okay, so then say that's December the 21st.
Sure.
Just say December
Uh-huh.
21st. You're going to sign off on them, but you're not going to approve them until January 1st.
No. So when we do so say November 1st, we would do the warrant sheets.
Right.
When we come back in the middle of November one, we'll vote to pay the ones from the 1st of November, and we'll sign off and approve everything that's come in between. So then December 1st, you would pay those.
I'm confused.
We'll vote twice.
Are you getting it?
Yeah, you vote twice.
Yeah, we'll be voting twice.
You're
One
you're
for-
But
voting
then-
twice, but then she can still send them out. I'm kind of.
I'm
But-
kind of. You have to make a motion and you have to vote on it, but you said that we couldn't vote in committee meetings.
Well,
So if
that's
we
gonna-
can't-
we can put a thing in to vote because we have
So
to
then
vote to
all
approve
of
the minutes.
Aldermen have to stay throughout the whole meeting.
So that's.
So like
gonna-
street people cannot just leave. They'll have to stay until finance if that's when we're going to
So
vote
what's the
on.
point of doing all this?
Well, yeah, all the aldermen will be there. Yeah,
Okay,
all
so
the
there's-
aldermen. Yeah.
okay.
Yes,
So as long
yes.
as you guys make them, I mean, I'm
Uh-huh.
just saying right now, the way you're saying, you're voting the following time, it would be 2 weeks ahead.
But if we're gonna vote on anything, then I've gotta go through my monthly routine, everything's gotta be approved, I've gotta have an agenda by that Friday before.
Yeah, no. You're having the same. So Rochester, I already said it's going to be the same agenda. It's going to be the very same Saturday night. But yeah, and you just publish it. So if you have a meeting on the 21st, you'll need to get it out by the 19th.
Yeah. Because the only
I
thing,
think I sent you what the agenda. It'll just be that standard agenda, and we'll put in there motion to approve the warrant sheets as well.
yeah, because what you'll
I just want to make sure that,
Mhm.
you know, that
Well, because
it's done properly, cause I don't know, like Janet's,
It's gonna be a lot of work.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't. I mean, what do you?
What
It's
would
gonna be
be
okay. So it's gonna be more work because she does have to do like another set of minutes. Yes, on Janet's end.
You know, always have the minutes, but you guys will want stuff to look over if I've got stuff to copy, you know, for
Oh, I
that.
see what you're
and then
saying.
I
I
gotta
see what
turn
you're
around
saying.
2 weeks and do a whole nother council meeting. It's like I'm
Yeah.
doing 2 council meetings. It's double work for me.
Well, we
Yeah.
won't be able to do anything
But-
in the meetings that you can't, that above what you can do in the committees.
so really the committee meetings will still just
But
be
if you're
this
making
stuff,
motions to approve warrant sheets.
right?
Yeah,
That's
Well,
warrant
this is
sheets-
it, Janet.
Yeah, warrant sheets and minutes are the only two things that we'll
That's
be
it.
doing. Yeah.
There won't be
Any other stuff?
there
No.
won't be any voting.
Because everything else will be going directly to the council.
Yeah, because that's kind of what the whole point of that committees as a whole is that instead of having 4 meetings and everything cycling through multiple people,
Yeah.
the committee ones will basically present everything out and then 2 weeks later take whatever action needs taken. Which is kind of what we're doing now because
Mhm.
it cycles through, it goes to finance, and then a week later we vote on it.
Yeah.
So now instead, we'll do everything one night, and then everything goes to that meeting,
Next meeting.
the next full
Mhm.
meeting.
Exactly.
We'll try it.
Yeah. I mean, we'll give it a shot.
One thing I was gonna cover on it,
Mhm.
we had talked about, since we're sort of merging committee meetings, so the alderman would just, you would basically get paid for their 2.
Yeah, well, so basically, increase, so, my thing is that we can change the pay to, if you attend the second meeting, the committee of the whole, it's $50. Janet would get, $100
Okay.
on it. I will keep my 30. I mean, are you happy with your 30? Or do you get 25? You get
I get
25.
25.
Are you happy with the 25, or would you like more?
At both meetings?
No, it is just wait for the second meeting, because you get automatically $25 per meeting, but if you
Oh.
come to the second one,
I,
then you get 25. But go ahead.
I,
And then I figure, what about because see how it's worded in like an ordinance now is that also the employees get the same as the aldermen. So if you guys get 50, then we'll have to change that to 50.
so I guess
as
my
well.
question is, can we basically say that, like, the office holders are getting paid for 4 meetings? Because normally you would have 4 separate committee meetings to attend.
Yeah.
So I think basically you just say that we're doing a committee in a whole, and however many committees you're sitting in on that
Mhm.
night, you get paid your normal rate for it. So
Okay.
if me and Ross get paid $25 for each of our committees we sit in on, and we sit in on
Mhm.
2 that night, we get $50 that night. What do you normally get for each committee meeting?
$25.
25. So if she basically has to sit through all 4 committee meetings that night, she would get $100 for that night.
Okay.
Same for Janet,
Janet.
same for you.
Okay.
Because it's not fair to punish part of the people
Well, no.
because we're trying to be more efficient, but you still are doing the work. You're just
yes.
doing it in one night instead of 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you should just leave it the way it is.
The way
and
it
you're
is.
just getting paid per committee meeting, and if somebody's absent
So like,
that
most
night,
of you guys get paid like 3
Yeah.
meetings, cause you guys go to
Uh-huh.
3 meetings a month.
2.
Usually it's 2. Let's parks
Two.
meet.
There's just 2
Well,
committees.
Yeah.
2 and plus their,
Yeah.
plus
this
your.
would just
Yeah, their regular salary,
That's
they'll
why I
still
said
get
the 3,
125.
'cause it was-
Yeah.
So that way, basically, all
Mhm.
we're doing is consolidating 4 meetings into one.
Exactly.
If you sit through all 4 of the committee meetings, you would have done it on 4 different nights, so you should still get paid the same amount.
Exactly.
I think that's only fair. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. But like, it starts at 6:30. I'll probably be here 6:30 to listen, but I'm only getting paid for 2. And I'm fine with that because I'm not on those committees.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because it's whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because technically, everybody has to sit through all
You're
4,
right.
but you're not participating.
You're
and you
right.
don't have to stay for them if you don't want to.
You don't, but you should.
You should if that's the whole
stay. It's the whole
purpose.
purpose of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
You should.
Another thing, so I was thinking when we do the committee of the whole, everybody will be the presiding officer twice a year. So figure maybe start at seniority. Selena could do like the first one in January, and then we'll go with Candy, and then you.
First one November, you mean?
But no, because see, we don't
It's a
have
trial.
The, no, the tri-
Just gonna try
no,
this.
just I mean, I guess, no, we really can't do that because we don't have a committee of the whole structure.
That's fine.
So we would, but I'm just saying in January when we do have like a full committee of the whole, we'll start with like, we'll do a full list of everybody so that you'll know coming in, hey, this is your presiding officer, so that everybody gets a chance twice a year.
That's fine.
So they'll do all of the committees.
They'll do all of it, yeah. So they'll have a regular agenda on it, and
So
I
you
can
won't
send you.
have like a one person, like you're gonna be over
You'll still
streets, you're
have
over
a-
finance.
Yeah, you'll still have.
We'll still have the commit. It'll say so. We'll still have like a police committee, and that will be if we have to handle like an internal issue
Yeah.
of some kind. Well, so we just won't be meeting, but
Right,
there'll still be like a
right,
police
yeah.
chairman.
So there'll still be like, so when we call each of these, like whoever's in charge of streets will kind of, you'll have a person running the whole meeting overall.
Yes.
But when it comes to each separate subcommittee, that committee's chairperson will
He
handle
can
that
handle
part.
that part.
Okay,
of it.
that's what I was
Yes.
asking.
Uh-huh.
That's
yes.
what I was asking. I thought you were saying that.
Well, they're going to be like, open it up, do the motions,
Yeah.
and then when it comes time for police, Candy can get there and talk about the police
So
stuff.
you won't be doing the open.
No, I can't. I'm still going to be the ex officio
Right.
officer. I can bring stuff up,
Gotcha.
but I
And
can't open it.
And I think what'll happen, I think what we'll find happens
Right.
is all of these committees are gonna go much faster.
Much faster, we
Because-
talked about that, yeah.
Because like streets, anything
Uh-huh.
that needs to go to finance, you just did it.
Yeah, you
Basically.
just did, yeah.
So actually,
Uh-huh.
where's it gonna come?
I
Finance
told them we
is
might get
short.
6 hours of our life back a month.
Yes. and stuff with finance, really, we can even narrow it down and just talk about financial stuff. Because, I mean, if we already talked, we talked about the, like the sign at police, we don't need to talk about it again at the end. We just directly talk about money.
Yeah.
To me, the biggest benefit of all of this is the fact that everybody's in the room at the same time.
Yes.
Everybody can voice,
Knows.
even if you're not on that committee, if you have a question or
You can, yeah.
speak up, because technically you're in the audience as a guest.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I think it'd be good.
Cool.
So I'd learned that as having committee all the time.
And
we're
if
behind.
Rochester can make it work as big as they are, I'm sure a little assumption.
Yes,
can-
assumption. And they've done it in
Big
21.
Yeah. I just
Yes.
wanted to make sure everybody didn't get shortchanged.
No.
Because you're still doing the work, you should still be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one
That's
thing I was
fair.
mentioning with Darren, now he didn't seem to think